Hello and welcome friends in my new video. Today we are going to talk about chapter number 1 of class 12th, that is NPO, not for profit making organization. As you know, not for profit making organization is an organization which deals in only services. Generally it deals in only services. They provide services and they get the funds from different sources like subscription, donation, entrance fees, life membership fees, etc. And they spend on their regular activities. This segment of NPO includes three things: receipt and payment, income and expenditure, and balance sheet. First, we are going to talk about the receipt and payment. Receipt and payment is the summary of cash book. As you know, cash book is a real account. So the nature of receipt and payment is also real account, and that means the rule of debit what comes in, credit what goes out is applied here. It is prepared at the end of the year. So the format of the receipt and payment account is like this one. Why I am drawing or showing you the receipt and payment, as this is the main part of your 6-mark question. It is a part of your 6-mark question, and that's why you should know about receipt and payment very clearly. Okay, so receipts and payment account for the year ending 31st March. Whatever may be the year, we are going to take here. These are our receipts. As you know, receipts include any amount received from previous year, for current year, or for next year in current year. Okay, so this receipts will include those things. Whereas in payment also we can pay for any year. There are generally 3 years: previous year, current year, and next year. Because next year can include 1 or 2 or 3 years, upcoming years. Okay, we will start with receipt and payment. It is a summary of cash book, and you know, in cash book we have balances. So we do have here the opening balances. This is our opening balance. It includes cash in hand, cash in bank. It may have check in hand, and it may also have fixed deposits. So these are the opening balances. This is your opening balance. As it is your opening balance, you know that we are going to prepare from receipt and payment. In the 6-mark question, we are going to prepare income and expenditure and the balance sheet. And the balance sheet is of previous year and current year, that is opening balance sheet and closing balance sheet. So these 4 balances are going to be transferred in opening balance sheet. You should remember this thing. When we are going to have that 6-mark question, we are going to test these balances in our opening balance, because this is our opening balance. So opening balance will be posted in the opening balance sheet. You should remember very properly. Now, as you know, the amount received by NPO may be income, maybe your income, or it may be a liability. It may be a liability. How it is income or a liability? Suppose any donation is received by us. Okay, when we are receiving any amount, it is not our expenditure. It is not our expenditure. We are not paying, we are receiving. That means it may be our income, or we are taking loan. So it may be our liability. So there are 2 ways by which we can collect the money, or we are going to receive the money. That is by earning income and receiving income, or by taking loans, that is creating liability. Okay, so receipts always include these 2 only: income and liability. This is very easy to remember. Okay. Now, what are incomes? How we are going to bifurcate the income? Income means our revenue receipts. Okay. Those incomes are revenue receipts, whereas liabilities are capital receipts. Liabilities are our capital receipts. Like if I am talking about entrance fees we take again and again. It is recurring in nature. So it is our income. Whereas life membership fees, we are taking life membership fees once in a year or once in the lifetime of the member. So when we are taking once in the lifetime of the member, it is our liability. I make a correction. It is not collected every year, but it is collected once in the life of the member. So that is our liability. It is a capital receipt. We are not going to collect it regular basis. Okay. So we can bifurcate the receipt excluding this one as income or liability. So what are the main incomes of NPO? First one is subscription. Okay, subscription is the major income or main income of NPO. Okay. Second one is entrance fees. Third one is life membership fees. Fourth one is donation. Donation may be of two types. One is general donation, the another one is specific donation. Okay. As you know, I have bifurcated into income and liabilities. Subscription is our income, entrance fees is our income, life membership, as you know, it is a liability, whereas donation, which is general donation, is our income because it is not for specific purpose. But when we talk about the specific donation, it is for a specific purpose only. That means we are not going to use it for any other purpose, and that's why it is our liability. We have to spend on specific purpose only. When we talk about the specific purpose like building fund, when building fund is created and donation is received for that amount will be spent on construction of the building only, not for any other purpose. That means it is our liability. We are not going to use for any other purpose. There are so many other items also that I am not going to explain here. When you are going to solve the question, we will come to know one by one. Okay, like interest on investment and so are regular incomes we are having here. So you should remember, this is our income. This is also our income. This is our liability. And this is going to be in a closing balance sheet. You should remember, this is going to be in a closing balance sheet because it is received in current year. We are not receiving, this is opening balance already received. That's why it is of opening balance. But this amount we are receiving in the current year, that's why it is will be recorded. If any liability, it is going to be recorded in the closing balance sheet. You should remember. Okay. General donation is our income, whereas specific donation is our liability. You should remember these things. Okay. When we talk about the payments also has something. That something is what? When we talk about income here, while payment we talk about expenditures here. Okay. And expenditures, liability here, that means it is going to be asset here. So it is very easy for you to remember. Okay, payment includes regular expenditures or expenditure incurred to purchase assets or investments. Okay, so these payment will always include these things. Okay, like buy salaries, buy sports material, buy furniture, buy postage and telegram, okay, buy investment, buy books, and lastly buy balance carry comes. There are so many expenses we can write here. You will come to know one by one when we are going to solve the question. Okay, balances include all these 4 items. You may get any one out of it, or 2 or 3. It depends on the question. Cash in bank, fixed deposits, or checking account. Okay, these are the balances you may have. Now, generally we have only these 2 items on the regular basis, but this may be of the balances. We can include these things in balances. Okay, so you should remember, whenever we are going to find out the balance, we are going to find out any one out of this. Okay, we generally find out cash at bank, but if there is no balance here, cash at bank, then we go for cash in hand. The closing balance of this receipt and payment will be either cash in bank or cash in hand. You should remember. Okay, if you see, salary is our expenditure. Salary is our expenditure. Whereas sports material is our asset, furniture is our asset, postage and telegram expenditure, investment asset, books asset, and these balances are also assets. When I am writing only asset, it is always closing balance sheet. This is going to be in the closing balance sheet because we have purchased in the current year. Closing balance sheet, closing balance sheet, closing balance sheet, and closing balance sheet. You should remember these things. Now, when you know the items where we are going to post, that means when we are going to prepare income and expenditure and balance sheet, both the balance sheet, we are damn clear that each and every item will go in specific area only. When we talk about these things, it is very, very clear. So, my dear friends, keep in mind these items you should remember, because according to me, I do all the things by double entry system. As you know, we have both figures same, and when we go with the adjustment, we post it on double entry basis, on the basis of double entry basis, and that means one debit, one credit will make it always equal. That means when you are going to close 6-mark question, your balance sheet, that is closing balance sheet, will always tally. Okay, that's why, my dear friends, keep in mind, whenever you do anything, do it with perfection. So this is the perfection you should have. Which item is going where, you should know very well. This is recipient payment account, that is a summary of cash book. Its nature is real account. Okay, debit, what comes in, this is receipt, what comes in, this is payment, what goes out. Is it very clear? So now we move to the main 3 parts which we have to learn before going for final questions. Okay, so my dear friends, now we will move one by one for those items. The first concept is calculation of current year income or expenditure. Okay, the treatment of both income and expenditure is same. That's why, my dear friends, you should do for calculating current year income and expenditure, and there is no need to remember separately. Okay, so let us start. generally we receive. That's why I am writing income received or expenditure paid. During the year. This you are going to receive from income and expenditure. You should remember from where you are going to receive this amount. Income received you are going to receive from receipt side of where recipient payment account. Whereas expenditure paid you will find out these things from the payment side of income from recipient payment account. Now, what we are going to add here? We are going to add two items. Outstanding amount, whether it is income or expenditure. Outstanding income is known as accrued income. So, I am just adding outstanding of current year. Current year outstanding, that means it is of current year. Of current year, we are going to add here. As we have done in 11 final account, outstanding we have added in trading and profit and loss account debit side, or accrued income we have added in the profit and loss account credit side. We are going to add the outstanding of current year, whether it is outstanding income, that is accrued income, or outstanding expenses we are going to add of current year. If we are adding outstanding of current year, if any amount is due from the previous year and we have paid in the current year, that means that is not the part of current year. We are going to exclude those things. That means we are going to deduct outstanding of previous year if received. Please remember, if received, don't deduct full amount of outstanding. We have taken amount received. How much amount of the previous year is received in this year? We are going to deduct that much only, not the full outstanding amount. So, my dear friends, please remember these things. Okay? And as you know, the second item we have deducted in the final account of 11 is prepaid. Prepaid in current year for next year is deducted here. Okay, if prepaid in current year for next year has been deducted, why we are deducting? Because it belongs for next year. It is not a part of current year, so we are going to exclude those things. Same way, if prepaid is received in previous year for current year, it is for current year, we are going to add in current year's income or expenditure. Okay. When you add these things and you deduct these things, you get the final amount which is your current year income or expenditure, which we are going to show in income and expenditure account. Okay, if it is income on the credit side, if it is expenditure on the debit side, we are going to show in income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account is nominal account. The nature of income and expenditure account is nominal account. Please remember this thing. Now we move to the second part. This is our second concept. Now we are going to calculate calculation of material consumed. Material consumed is an expenditure for us. How we are going to calculate the material consumed is opening stock of any material. In that we are going to add the purchases. These are the net purchases. You should keep in mind these are the net purchases less closing stock. If we go through this process, we will get the material consumed during the year, and it is our expenditure. You should keep in mind these things. Now, when you say about the purchases, there are two types of purchases. Now, we have bifurcated the same thing. If you see, opening stock is here also. Now, purchases are bifurcated in two portions: cash purchases as well as credit purchases. After that, we have taken the closing stock and same. The result is same, material consumed, then I have bifurcated the credit purchase to get the actual formula for material consumed. That will be opening stock and cash purchases. We have already bifurcated here, so we are going to add that cash purchases. To calculate the credit purchase, what we have taken is closing creditors, add payment made to creditors, deduct opening creditors, we will get the net purchases, net credit purchases from here. Then we are going to take the closing stock. Okay. After that, if you see, I have added prepaid in previous year. If you have paid creditors advance in the previous year, that will be for the current year. So that amount we have paid in current year, so that will be added here. Less prepaid in the current year. If you have paid any advance in current year to the creditors, it is for the next upcoming year. So we are going to deduct that. We will get the final conclusion material consumed, and it will be shown in expenditure side of income and expenditure account. You should keep in mind this thing. Is it very clear? So now we move to the third concept. Third is fund based accounting. Funds are of two types. General fund or capital fund. We can say general fund as capital fund. This is specific fund. Okay. In specific fund also, we have two types of funds. We are going to deal in two types of funds. In specific, simple funds means which doesn't include any increase in fixed assets. Okay, those are simple funds. And another is fixed asset affecting funds. So we can bifurcate the specific funds in simple funds. Those are just having income and expenditures. But some funds are which are going to affect the fixed assets. So we are going to bifurcate these things. Now all the fund based accounting we are going to do in liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, in liability side of the balance sheet. As you know, opening balance sheet is also having a liability. But as it is an opening balance sheet, means previous year balance sheet, we are not going to do any adjustment in opening balance sheet. That means this liability is of closing balance sheet. This belongs to closing balance sheet. Now we are going to do all these adjustments in closing balance sheet. So I am going to prepare your closing balance sheet for you, so that you will remember these things. Balance sheet as a generally we do in closing. I am taking my current year as 20. Okay, liability rupees, assets rupees. If it is a simple fund, general fund or capital fund, we get from opening balance sheet, that is opening capital. Okay, like opening capital, this funds we are going to get from opening balance sheet. So there is no adjustment in case of simple specific funds. Okay, in simple specific funds like match fund, I am talking about here match fund. There are so many funds here. We are going to add any donation for match fund here, because it is a specific. I have already told donation for match fund. We are going to add here. We are going to add any income generated out of match fund investments. If we are having any investment done from match fund. That is match fund investment, and we are getting some interest out of that. That is for specific purpose, and that's why it will be added in the match fund itself. So interest on match fund investment, we are going to add here, and we are going to deduct match expenses here from this thing, so that we will get the final amount of match fund outside. Okay, this adjustment we do in simple. All the items are having one effect. You are going to get all the items in receipt and payment. Match fund you will receive in receipt side. Donation you are going to receive in receipt side. Interest you are going to receive from receipt side. Whereas expenses you are going to receive from payment side. I have already explained in receipt and payment. So these are the posting items. These are the posting items we have done here. Okay. If there is a match fund investment, we are going to write in asset side because it is a investment here. Okay. So that amount you are going to write here. Sometimes we do have the balances in bank. So we can have match fund balance, bank balance. So match fund bank balance we are going to write here. Okay. This you should remember. So this is the treatment of simple specific fund here. And in case of general fund, there is no adjustment. General or capital fund, just we are going to add the surplus here and we are going to write outside. Okay, this is in the case of simple. Now, what is the difference if there is a fixed asset affecting funds, like we are talking about building fund? Okay, so I am taking here building fund. Okay, so that is very easy. If we take this, it is very easy. Okay, if I am going to take, now we are taking this one. Okay, we are taking this one, fixed asset affecting funds here. So I am taking building fund here. Okay, in building fund, any donation received for building fund will be added. Okay, any amount received on interest as interest on building fund investment we are going to add here. Any amount spent on construction of building we are going to deduct from here. This is the same treatment we have done in case of match fund. But what is the difference? I have told you that it is a match fixed asset affecting funds. It is fixed asset. Now where I have affected fixed asset, it is same. No, we are going to affect. As you know, building is our asset. If we are having opening balance of building here and any construction is done in that building, it will automatically increase the balance of the building. That means we are going to add construction of building here because that will increase the value of building by that amount. Okay, because we are doing flash construction here. So it is going to add the value of or cost of building. Okay, and when we move to class 11, you remember accounting equation. The accounting equation, if you remember, it is assets equals to capital plus liability. As you have seen, when there was match fund detail here, same treatment was there. So the liability is same. The liability is same, there is no change. Okay, when the liability is same and the value of asset has been increased, if the value of asset is going to increase, according to accounting equation, the capital will also increase. That means our capital fund or general fund is going to increase with the amount of construction of building. Okay, so you are going to add that same amount for the double effect of this adjustment. So this is how we are going to bifurcate the specific fund into two items. A simple funds like match fund we have already done, fixed assets affecting funds like this building fund, it may be a pavilion fund or any other fixed asset that we are going to use in NPO. Okay, these are the three main calculations we are going to do while doing the 6-mark question of NPO. First one was income received or expenditure incurred for the current year we are going to have. Second one is material consumed, and third one is fund based accounting. If you know all three things basically clearly, you are going to have NPO properly. That means you are not going to commit any mistake. Just one or two adjustments you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, it is very easy. So please see my videos for next updates of NPO. Thank you.